Kazakhstan-based Kcell is London's newest stock, rising 5% on its debut last week. And Veysel ARAL is its chief executive, joining me live from the London Stock Exchange. Thank you so much for joining us today on The Move. Talk to me a little bit, Mr. ARAL, about what you had to pitch to investors to actually convince them to buy into your IPO. What was the one thing that they were most concerned about?
Thank you very much, and good morning from London to everyone. Basically, our story was very much straightforward. When we talked to the investors, of course, the operation was backed up by TeliaSonera, which is the blue-chip telecom operator with a good reputation and also experience in the international telecom field. And when you look at the financials of the company, because of different positive reasons, we have been able to deliver $1.7 billion of dividends for the last 4 years, and it was a consistent track record of the management and the company. So when we attract investors, these were the main points which we basically leveraged on.
Mr. ARAL, where did you see most investor demand actually coming from?
When you look at the geographical distribution, you would see London, Almaty, and East Coast of the US is very dominant.
But talk to me about how you're going to grow the company. So the Kazakhstan cell phone market has 150% penetration level. Where is growth going to come from?
Yeah, number one, the growth is going to come from the data part, because 3G licenses were granted in January 2011 in the country. So we are in the second year of rolling out the 3G network, and the smartphone penetration in the country is as low as 10%. And of course, data revenue and data usage rates are very low compared to the peer group companies in the region, including Russia and Turkey. So we see a significant opportunity in data part, and when it comes to voice part, still the MOU, minutes of the usage, is very, very low compared to the peer group companies. So we are focusing on these two areas, basically, where the growth is going to come from.
What about any acquisitions or any expansion plans? Are you thinking of buying anything? You have a nice little bit of cash from the IPO.
Kcell is focusing on operations in Kazakhstan only, so we are just interested in acquisitions in Kazakhstan when it comes to especially the frequency part, because the frequencies are the most important assets of the mobile operator.
But this is acquisitions and frequencies in the domestic market. Why not look elsewhere in your neighboring countries?
TeliaSonera has a special department which is dealing with these merger acquisitions and expansions, and they are directly handling it from the headquarters. So it is up to their discretion to expand the operations directly under the control of TeliaSonera.
Mr. ARAL, a lot of investors have, of course, raised questions about corporate governance, shareholder protections in companies in Russia, but also Eastern Europe. Was this something that you had to address when you IPO'd?
Frankly speaking, this got a very good credit from the investors, because we are backed up by TeliaSonera. TeliaSonera is a Swedish-Finnish owned company, and the strong reputation of TeliaSonera and strong, corporate governance rules, which is also copied to our companies in the operations in the regions, basically, get a very, very positive, attention from the investors. So we don't have a problem there.
Mr. ARAL, what's your biggest concern for 2013? So you're talking to me about, acquiring some possibly smaller companies in Kazakhstan. You're going to grow data. Is there something that worries you?
We have been so much proud of what we have achieved in the company and in the operations in the country, and we are so much excited about the future of our company, because when you look at the usage patterns of all the subscribers, basically we follow the patterns of that of Russia, and we are just coming maybe 2-3 years behind. But when you look at the patterns, mobile usage patterns of Russia, you see the promising growth in data, in voice, and also in the revenues.
All right, thank you so much, Veysel ARAL there, the Kcell Chief Executive Officer.